This was the week where the U.S. marked a year since radicalized Facebook boomers stormed the Capitol in Amazon-bought tactical gear on January 6th, the closest the U.S. has ever been to a coup that it wasn't directly involved in. Well, at least most of the country wasn't involved in it. Both President Biden and Attorney General Merrick Garland spoke out publicly condemning the January 6th insurrection, vowing to continue to bring those involved to justice. Again, about 700 rubes have been arrested thus far and are taking a fun field trip into the heart of the prison industrial complex. They're learning a lot. Baloney is terrible in there, apparently. And all while the January 6th Commission in the House continues to investigate the role of lawmakers and Trump officials and Trump himself, still, some people like Brennan Center's Michael German say that it's actually the arrests that have been made haven't been enough high-level people. They've been low-level folks, and a lot of the folks who've committed the worst acts of violence aren't the ones being arrested. And here's what he had to say on PBS. Please don't take this down.
Law enforcement has cast a wide net, charging more than 700 rioters, including dozens from right-wing groups, the Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, and 3%ers. But the majority of those are not for violent acts such as assault.
The Justice Department's efforts seem to front-load people who were involved in the least egregious conduct. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of people engaging in violence against police officers. That should have been the primary focus, because many of those people still have yet to be charged and are out in the communities, still able to organize, still able to attend events.
This year, across multiple states, Proud Boys have attended school board meetings to back those opposed to COVID measures and critical race theory, or CRT.
Anytime that there is a contentious issue, such as the mask mandate or CRT in our schools or forced vaccinations of our children, you're going to see more Proud Boys.
That man does not have children. NATO, reflections, thoughts on this 1 year later? And also, have you encountered Proud Boys in your school board meetings?
No, we don't have. Proud Boys don't come to our school board meetings. We get like the genteel version of it, of of like the of like people who like have a like believe science window sign, like Black Lives Matter window sign, and then they're like, definitely keep schools open no matter what, even if everyone is dead. We got those people at the school board.
Teachers are greedy.
Yeah, these uppity bitches teaching third grade with 40 students while they're having like while they're literally on a respirator trying to teach subtraction. That's what we have.
But so here you have these folks out. I mean, like, it's true. Like 700 people sounds like a lot, but every time you look back at footage on January 6th, you're like, there are tens of thousands of people storming the Capitol right now. Like, I don't think you're getting them all.
And the whole thing was sort of clearly, like, what has come out is that there was some level of coordination with like Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley, and like that there were people in Congress and in the Senate of sitting Republican legislators who were actively encouraging and attempting to coordinate it to thwart the election. And so, I mean, in some ways it's like the most the thinking about it on the 1 year anniversary, like what's striking is the degree to which so many like liberals and progressives have just like resigned themselves to like, yes, this was this was the rehearsal, and then they're going to figure it out better next time, and they'll do a voter suppression, and we're not going to have democracy again in the United States. We'll have sham elections, and it's going to be fine.
There is a fatalism among, I think, a lot of like pundits, which, like, I hate that kind of shit. Like, I hate that. I mean, and I think you as an organizer too, and as an optimist, despite what people might think of you, is despite being perpetual Eeyore, you are an optimist. And it's like, it is so awful to think, yeah, next time they are just gonna, they'll do it, but in suits. And everyone's just kind of, not okay with that, but spelling that out, and we're doing it very eyes wide open. I mean, and this is like when Trump got elected, I think everyone also was like, oh, how long before there are going to be mobs running up at the Capitol? Like, how long before this violence is coming home to roost? And that's why, I don't know, the day of, I felt so much like chickens coming home to roost. And I was glad that instead of these oath keepers, 3%ers, all these militias taking it out on Black activists, on on people on the streets, oh, yeah. No. Go take it to the Capitol. Go take it to the lawmakers who've been ignoring your very presence and your very violence. It almost felt fitting. It was very fitting, actually.
So the way that I've been attempting to cope with this emotionally is like I spent a fair amount of time like imagining um like like how Trump should die. Um and I mean
Oh,
I
totally.
was
It's like,
like
that's like my favorite game.
so I spent a while fantasizing that he like was sort of like mysteriously deported into like an international prison, like the pit
Mm.
that Bruce Wayne is in The Dark Knight Rises, where it's like in another country, and you know, and then there's like a bandaged old doctor who's like, "Jump, Donald Trump," and he can't jump out. um, like, and then I was like, no, because then that'll like support the Proud Boy and the Oath Keepers like
Yeah,
conspiracy
that's the
theories.
origin story they want. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I was like, no, my fantasy is because he needs to be you know, humiliated and then die, but all at
Yes.
once. And so
Yes.
here's what I've been thinking about is my fantasy is that, and I hope I don't get like they're gonna hear this, they're gonna find it, and then I'm gonna get murdered, and it'll be too bad. But the my fantasy is that like he's giving a press conference at Mar-a-Lago, and he gets like violent diarrhea, so
Yes.
that's so explosive that it blows out the back of his like Men's Warehouse ill-fitting slacks, and then his heart explodes.
Yes. No,
So
the explosive diarrhea has to be combined. I've talked about this before. Kate Elston, who was a producer on Newsbroke, we talked about it before. The explosive diarrhea has to shoot out of the diaper that he swears he never wears. And then it's like a combo. But yes, his heart explodes from
it has to
shame.
like
But
as a parent, we talk about blowouts, like where the diaper, if your kid has explosive diarrhea and they're wearing a diaper, it like shoots up their back, so they have like racing stripes of like shit that goes up their back. That's like when you have a little baby. And so what I imagine is that the explosive diarrhea shoots out of his diaper so violently that it goes up his back, and then it blows the hair off the front. So like the hair is like all fucking blown out carrot top style,
mhm, mhm.
caked with diarrhea.
Like a troll of diarrhea.
Yeah, and then death.
I love that. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.